might have to go back a little bit. Gonna have to go back a little bit. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. We're live. Okay. I don't know what you do. How do you tell if somebody's here? Guest request. Oh. We don't need to allow them to. Oh, your viewer.
All right, we're live.
Allow your viewers to request to join as a guest in your broadcast. No, we don't need to do that right now, right? Let's see if we're live.
Hey, go on your notifications. All right. Okay, so bear with us. Neither one of us have done a Facebook Live before. So good evening. I'm Kristen.
Hello, I'm Samantha. We're just gonna give it a few minutes. We're laughing at ourselves. But we're gonna let people jump on here, and we just wanna make sure people can view everything in the screen.
All right. I don't know if anyone's joined us yet.
It's Astapasia. I hope I said that right. Bring them on. Oh, it says I could bring. Sorry, we have never done Facebook Live before, so bear with us. I'm getting familiar with the screen. We just have one on right now. Oh, we have two. Well, I think that's us. All right. We're gonna give it till like 6. What is the time? Like 6:05. Let people jump on.
Sure. Give it about 5 minutes.
If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat box, and we can answer your questions.
We're going to be going on that.
We're gonna what?
We're just like a few seconds behind.
Oh, okay.
So once you join us, if you want to click the like button or an emoji.
Okay. All right, we got the fish. Okay. Do you want to start at 6:05? Okay, 6:05. And you the fish. Mhm. Okay. Aspasia, am I saying that name correctly? Can you give me a, I don't know how, can you give me a thumbs up? We have to get close to the screen.
Yeah, trying to read.
Just reading the names. I'm gonna write your name down. We're doing door prizes later. We are canning salmon, Kate. We are gonna start here in a couple minutes. We're just gonna let people get on. So we'll start canning. We're just gonna do some introductions in like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna can some salmon. Kate Huber. Hello. The tribe is on.
Oh, cool.
Just gonna see.
Should we wait for one more person to join?
Yeah, we'll wait for a minute. You want to give it 6:01?
Okay.
We can wait till. Okay. Making sure we have everything. We think we have everything. Just move this one over, and then put this one here in the. Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh.
I can't read any more questions.
It's Anna.
Oh. Hi, Anna.
She said, "Hi guys, you look beautiful. Proud boss lady moment right here."
Thank you. Okay.
Can the boss lady be put in the drawing? Sure can, you came.
If not, we can give it to her mom.
Oh yeah, you can give it to your mom.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we could give it like a couple more minutes and see if anybody.
How many are viewing on there?
We have 4.
4?
And this will be recorded. It is being recorded. So people can go back and watch it. Which is a benefit to you guys. I'm not sure about us, but. Oh, Miss Beverly. Miss Beverly House. We'll put you in the drawing.
Oh, cool.
Anna's mom's Beverly.
Oh, cool. Hi, Miss Beverly.
Okay. Let's see. I think somebody else just showed up. Oh, Hope is on. Hi, Hope.
Hi, Hope.
Yeah, let's just give it like 1 more minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Well, we'll get started and at least just get some introductions out of the way. Oh, and Bernice is here.
Hi, Bernice.
Hi, Bernice. So I'm Samantha Rice, and I'm the Director of Victim Services, and this is.
I'm Kristen Weber, and I'm the new Victims Advocate.
So this is our launch to our wellness activities that Victim Services is going to be hosting, and we decided to start it off with jarring salmon. It's kind of 'tis the season. Everybody just got done with fishing and has a lot of fish in their freezers, and we thought this would be an awesome activity to do. And I'm sorry that we can't do it in person and be face to face in community that way, but this is our next best option, and maybe we might have to do this for the first few, but hopefully we can still connect and get to know each other this way, so in the future we're not unfamiliar, and we can get to know you guys in another way. So, Victim Services is the new program to Valdez Native Tribe, which we're really excited about. I would say this week is kind of our launch week, where a lot of things have gone live. This is our first wellness activity to get to do with you guys, to get to know you guys. And we also, our crisis hotline went live this week, and which is of service to members of the tribe. It's open to the community. If anybody who needs to call and needs somebody to talk to, if somebody's in trauma, if somebody needs to know, what do I do next? I need help. Please call it, and our information is on the website now. Our website is live. If you go to valdeznativetribe.org, Victim Services, there's a link there, and it'll take you to all of our wonderful information. But our number is 835-1144 for our crisis hotline. And at the moment, it's Kristen and I who are working it, and we really want that to be a safe place that people feel that they can call if they need that service. And we're excited to get that up and going.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and then our next best before the crisis hotline is just Kristen. She's our advocate. I'm the director. This is a new program, and there's a lot of behind the scenes work that I do, a lot of paperwork, a lot of just getting the program up and running and into motion. So you might not see me as much per se, but Chris, you'll definitely see me, but our advocate is the person who works closely with anybody utilizing our services in support services. And I'm going to let Kristen introduce herself and her role. And
Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Weber. I'm actually new to Valdez for the last year. I'm originally from Southeast Alaska. I am Sinshan and Tlingit, born in the Ketchikan area, raised in Metlakatla, Alaska. And yeah, I have had some experience in the past with helping a lot of people, kind of help aim people in the right direction, those that are impacted with trauma, or just even an emotional support. Yeah, it's been really welcoming being in Valdez and being with the tribe. A lot of lovely people around here, and I'm excited to get to know everyone. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
that's awesome. We're excited. We're new. We're both new to the community. I am working remotely in this position, so I do live in Wasilla, but I come here regularly, and Kristen is here all the time. But with that said, it's very functional, and probably even more so now because of the dynamics of COVID and the challenges that's brought. But we're excited, and we're just excited to bring another resource, another tool to the community, and just excited to see where this program goes. So if you guys have questions, like I said, we're up and live. We're on the webpage. Please feel free to call or email us if you have questions. And with that said, we'll kind of talk about how tonight's gonna go. So this is the fun part. I mean, that's fun too, but this is fun. This is why y'all came. So we are going, real quick, one thing we didn't really talk about is we are opening a men's shelter. We're opening a shelter. Due to COVID, we've just had a little bit of setbacks in what it's gonna look like, where the building's gonna be, what the building's gonna be, but it's in the works. We think we've found a location, and as that story evolves and we have more solidified information to give you guys, we will be sharing it, and we're very excited about it. We're excited about filling that gap in the community, and it's very exciting. So going back to why we're here tonight. We're jarring salmon.
Yes.
Yes. And tell us about where we got the salmon.
Okay, so some wonderful fishermen from Tititlic were giving some salmon away a few weekends ago, and fortunately I was able to get my hands on some and save some for tonight. And what I wanted to do is just to show everyone just the simplest recipe with jarring the salmon. I call it a plain pack. It will be silver salmon, and it's Prince William Sound, and I'm excited to just kind of show everyone and how we process it, the shelf life, just even explain a little bit with the timing and the pressure cooking, and then I can go in and kind of explain a little bit of the recipes, the way I like to prepare it after it's already cooked and prepared, and yeah, so I guess we can get the fish out, and
I'll bring the fish, and then you tell them what we need to start this process.
all right, so you're going to want to have a bowl, you're going to want to have your jars, you're going to want to have your lids, your pressure cooker, this awesome jar gripper, some very sharp knives, cutting board, maybe some paper towels, and I guess we can kind of get going. The ingredients, the only ingredient that you need is just some table salt and some water, and we'll just kind of go along. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these down, and if you want to hand me some jars.
Yes. So, do you want?
Yeah, so with the jars, we do sterilize them, and you want to bring that to let it boil for a good 20 minutes, just kind of like how you'd want to do that with water. So this is the proper sterilization. You get the jar sterilized, your lid sterilized, everything nice and clean. That's very important. And with I did wash my hands, so the way I like to measure my fish to cut with the jars is I take my hand and I want to leave about a ½ inch from the top where the bands will cover, and so measuring it with my hand like this, and so I am going to use my hand as my measuring tape.
I'm gonna look and see. Hello, everybody who's joined us since we started talking and I didn't look to see. Can you guys give us a heads up? Can you guys all hear us okay? I don't even know where.
Give us a like.
Oh, a like. Give us a like. Does the like come up? Look, you guys, we're new to this. We're learning. Does microwaving the jar... Oh, we got a like. Thank you. I saw it. Does microwaving the jar to sterilize work? I've done it before.
Oh, you've done it before.
No, Hope is asking.
Yeah, it should work.
It should work.
You want to have some good heat on it.
Yeah. Would you put water in it to sterilize it?
Yes.
Yeah. That works. We just got a separate pan. You know, when I can, I usually will just sterilize them in the water that I'm gonna, I sterilize them in the water that I'm gonna can them in. So.
And get another fish.
Yes.
So I'm a little bit further away from the sink, so I'm gonna cut the fish down and then clean off my hands, and then we will put them in the jars.
Did you tell them about the bones?
So most of the fillets, you can leave the bone in or you can take them out. It's just kind of your own preference. I like to take some of them out, maybe the ones that are really sticking through. And I think it just depends on what kind of fillet cut you have.
Because when you said that, when you pressure cook them, the bones will solidify, and sometimes it depends on the recipe you're gonna make too, right?
Yes.
If you want to make sure, it depends what you're gonna utilize the salmon for. Oh, Mark, fish.
Yeah.
All right. we have questions coming through? Oh, no. Sounds good.
Alright.
Do you only can salmon? Do you do other fish?
So, other ways of preparing fish, my favorite ways is smoked kippered salmon, and
What does kipper mean?
it's just a really good simple brine. I like to mix in, it's like really simple ingredients. It's some brown sugar, and I use about a 1 pound package. So if I have this bowl full, I would use a 1 pound package of brown sugar, 1 cup of salt, and 1 gallon of water. Blend that in a separate bowl. You want to make sure everything is kind of liquefied, and then you want to cover it. And because there's so much salt, you want to make sure every piece of fish is submerged in it, but it's gonna float because it's salt.
Oh.
And so normally when I brine it, I like to flip it so that the skin is facing on the top, so that way the meat is sunk into the brine.
Oh.
And then I like to brine that for kind of overnight. So if I do it around 6 o'clock at night, I like to let it sit overnight in the fridge. You want to make sure it's covered with some saran wrap. And then in the mornings is when I would like to take it out, and I put them on my smoke racks, and I let them drip dry, and then put them into my smokers. So in Southeast I had a smokehouse, so here I have to use the Little Chief and Big Chief smokers.
Yeah.
So it's been a little adjustment. And then I like to smoke it kind of all day. And then once you get some good smoke on it, you can tell, what would it be? About 8 hours of smoking it.
Oh.
Then I take them off the racks and kind of do that whole process with what we're doing with jarring. And then with that, you'd want some olive oil. And almost the exact same way you're gonna jar these.
So we're doing door prizes. So as I catch your guys' names coming through, I don't think I can. Oh, I can go back. Oh, there's hi Nancy. Nancy's on. Nancy Lee and Shirley Hyatt, Michael Davis, Jeremy Gallman. Well, hello to all of you. Good evening. So is there a benefit to keeping the skin on or taking the skin off?
Well, it does pull in the natural oils. I'll let you know if you want to. There's a slight benefit. You got your omegas kind of locked in there, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's healthy.
It provides. Does it make it juicier
It
in
does.
the jar?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Brings it a little bit more flavor.
No.
All right.
Picture.
So
What kind of wood do you use in Southeast?
I like to use alder. Alder wood is my favorite.
Did you ever use cedar?
I like to get the cedar as my kind of my kindling, specifically red cedar, and then I put my alder on there and kind of get the fire really going with that. You don't want to get it too hot because you're not planning on cooking it
Yeah.
in the smokehouse.
Just smoking it.
But yeah,
Okay.
giving it a good smoke.
Yeah.
Is there any
Okay.
questions?
Any other questions?
Samantha's my reader because I
I'm the
can't
reader.
see.
I'm her assistant tonight. Whatever she wants me to do, I'm doing. So what we're gonna start packing the jars, right?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So with these jars, these are still nice and warm from being sterilized. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna want to make sure the skin is on the glass,
So
and it's just kind of nice to, and that way when it's cooked, it's kind of easy to peel and pop out of there. I think if you have the meat on the glass and it's a little bit messier when you're trying to get it out to make it into a salmon dip or whatever kind of meal you're planning. Personally, when I make plain pack, I find it best to make salmon patties out of this. I think I need to cut this one down a bit.
You want me to cut? Or I can get under.
Hands are already messy. So with the salmon patties, it's real simple. I like to just take a jar of the plain pack, And I like to mix in some Worcestershire sauce. That's always fun to say.
Say it fast, 5 times. Go.
And then I like to mix in some breadcrumbs, crack 1 egg, and this is to 1 jar. So if you're doing multiple jars, you kind of want to have 1 egg to 1 jar. And just some salt and pepper, and if you want to add some additional spices like garlic, you can, and kind of form them into patties like you would with hamburger or mousse, and pan fry it, and have it with some potatoes or some rice. It's really good. And then other ways of making this, I mean, you can kind of go on and on. Another family recipe that we like to use is what we call a salmon loaf, and that's where you have to have a meat grinder.
This one sounds good.
Yeah, and you mix it with some eggs, and then you mix some nutmeg and some garlic, some minced onions, and some minced bell peppers, and you can even add pimentos. And when you're grinding the salmon for salmon loaf, you want to grind it at least 3 times, and it looks all pretty. So you almost think of like a meatloaf, but it's a salmon loaf. And once that's preserved and ran through the pressure cooker, it's so good just by itself on top of your good favorite pilot bread. I'm a pilot bread girl too. And if not, you can put it with saltines, or you could even mix it with a little bit of mayonnaise and make it into a really good sandwich spread.
That's good. What now? So what do I do in this? Is that, should you cut that down? Like you shouldn't
actually,
over.
there's the, you can actually
Just shove it
kind
down.
of maneuver it to fit.
So yeah, you can kind of like, you don't want to overlap the skin onto the meat. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can kind of squeeze them in there.
And then if you have 1/2 pint jars, you can also use the remaining and the leftover and cut them even into smaller chunks. And then, let's see, I'm almost done with this one, and then we're gonna put some salt into these. I think.
So is there, you sometimes can these without the skin on. Why do you do that?
You can if you want. I had only accidentally done it because it was originally prepared for salmon loaf. Because when I do salmon loaf, I take the skins off, so it looks just pure meat.
Okay. So that's the only reason you do that?
Yep.
And do you eat the skin?
You can.
Okay.
I'm not a huge person to eat the skin, but we've had plenty of elders in my way of growing up, and my dad used to eat the skin, and
So like
I do with the kippered.
Okay.
I think it's just the extra little flavor.
Okay. So then at this point, we're just doing plain pack, which is just salt. But
Yeah.
what else could we add?
So if we wanted to add a little bit more, you can put in some jalapenos, kind of give it a little kick. And then you can also add in a little bit of onions if you wanted, or garlic, whatever flavor you prefer. But with plain pack, it's just kind of strictly salt, a little bit of water, and the salt, it's just to help preserve it and kind of give it a little longer shelf life. I am actually going to rinse my hands off really quick.
And I think you just use a teaspoon, right?
Yes.
A teaspoon of salt and then equal parts water.
Yeah.
Oh, what does this say? I am, oh, so sweet, Hope. Thank you. Hi, Jim.
What did it say?
Hope said, I'm so proud of Valdez Native Tribe for utilizing the social media live platform.
Awesome. Thank you, Hope. Okay, so I literally just use 1 teaspoon, 1 whole teaspoon. I'm gonna go ahead and fill the teaspoon.
Are we
with
supposed
salt.
to, do we write?
We could do it after.
Okay.
So we do the teaspoon of salt, kind of pop it in on the top. And the next one.
And then you play Tetris.
A little game. So you don't want to overfill these just because they will fluff up once they're pressure cooked. So I don't know if anyone can really see that I kind of got, maybe it's like a whole finger away from where the band is.
Should I show?
So, we
So
can do
this
it
is like one?
in a minute.
Should I show them how it fluffs up?
Yeah. Okay. So the one,
This is a cooked one.
yeah. So that's what it's gonna look like afterwards.
Yeah, they fluff up.
So after the salt, you're gonna want to have the same. You could use the same teaspoon, and you're gonna want to just go ahead and fill that with water. And this is all you're gonna need because all the natural oils is gonna come out of the salmon once it's pressure cooking.
Yeah, it makes a lot of liquid. I don't know if you guys can all see that. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Margot. Sorry, I have to get like so close because like so
Margot
far away.
Humphreys?
It is Margot Humphreys.
Hi, Margot. Right. Almost done with adding the water into these
So
jars.
you would just, when would you put the, you would just lay the jalapenos on the top or the garlic, or do you stuff it?
You know what? Sometimes with the best tasting ones, you can actually put the jalapenos on the bottom if you want. So that way, once it's in the pressure cooker, all the heat.
The
will
flavor
kinda-
come through?
Yep, because
Oh.
everything's going to shoot to the top.
Okay.
So your next step,
Can help
I
me.
am going to, we're going to use some paper towels. And actually, I'm going to dab mine just a bit with water. And it's just going to help clean off the rims of the jars so that when you put the lids and the bands on, it'll be kind of nice and clean, and you know it's going to stick good. And let's see.
I'll let you do that and I'll do the jars.
And then do we have all the...
Yeah, I'm gonna get the jar. So then, I missed. I'm not very good at basketball. Got all of our lids.
All right, how are we doing, everybody? Are you guys liking us so far?
I don't think they
Give
have
us
a
some
choice.
Give us some love if you need to.
Does anybody have any questions?
So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. And when you put the band on over the lid, you don't want to keep it tight. You put it too tight, when you put it in the pressure cooker, it's probably gonna break. We don't want that. So I'm gonna keep on putting these on. And like I said, the bands, you don't want to have them too tight. And don't really touch the lid because you're going to want them to seal properly. And then let's see.
Okay. Oh, Bernice. Oh, Bernice has a question. Oh no, sorry, Bernice. That was the question from before. I had to scroll through. What Hope? What do you make with the final product? What do you make with this one?
I like to eat it plain, or my absolute favorite is the salmon patties. And I'm not sure if you heard me earlier, but that is where I like to mix a little bit of breadcrumbs, an egg, some Worcestershire sauce, even some salt and pepper, and form them into like little mini patties, and then you pan fry it, and you'll kind of get a little nice golden crisp on top. And sometimes, even if you want to just have a good pate, you're gonna add in some minced onion, and I prefer green onion with mine. A little bit of mayonnaise, and I'm not really a huge fan of mayonnaise, so I actually like to add just a little bit of sour cream into it, make it a little bit more light. Blend that and just kind of dip that over some crackers. And I think these are ready to go ahead and go into the pressure cooker.
Well, let's do a drawing.
We can do a
So
drawing.
we're doing a door prize.
So if you want to shuffle it.
Do you call it a door prize when you do Facebook Live?
Yeah, it can be a door prize.
Okay, it's a door prize. Oh, I need to make sure. I've been trying to add your guys' number as we go. So, should we tell them what we're door prizing
Okay,
for?
so the door prize, they didn't make it in on time, so they're actually still in the mail, but
They're they're keychains from
Copper River Police.
yeah, Copper River Fleece. They're really cute, and but we're good for it, I promise. And I was hoping they'd be here today, but I guess maybe tomorrow. But we'll blame COVID. That's what I'm blaming. So
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll draw one. We got
okay,
whoever. Why don't you raise it up?
no cheating.
Okay. So our first one, Stacy.
Stacy, let me see. Stacy, are you on here still?
If you are, hit a like button.
Hit a like button. Oh wait, I did not hear that. I lost reception. I haven't. Okay, just a second, Hope. Stacy, I can't say your last name. It is Stacy Naskar Latusik. If you're on, give me a can you give me a thumbs up if you're still on? I don't know if she's on. Should we draw another one or?
Let's just wait.
Okay, well wait, we're gonna do another one, but Hope, back to you. Yeah, oh, Stacy's there, yay, thanks. So you just have to,
As soon as they come in, if we can somehow get your information afterwards.
yes, if you could
and then we can
message,
contact you.
yeah, message us in Messenger with your information, and then we'll get you your key wristlet thing. Hope, I will go back and ask your question. She lost reception. I have never used that kind of jarred fish. In the interior, it is partially dried, smoked, and jarred stripped. So have you ever done it stripped?
Not in strips.
No.
I think in Alaska, because we're such a big state, we have all of our different ways of preparing salmon. And yeah, so in Southeast, we kind of do it in a bunch of different ways. When we do them in the strips, we like them fully smoked and we don't actually jar them. We like to freeze them. So yeah, I would love to try it that way though.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and move these over into the pressure cooker.
And I will bring you all a little closer.
All right, so I'm gonna, when we put the water in, hopefully everyone knows how to use a pressure cooker. If not, we like to put just a little bit of water in, and I like to measure it with probably my pinky, and I make it go to the little line on the knuckle line.
Mm-hmm.
My way of measuring things. And then you can just go ahead and place them.
Are they allowed to touch when they're in there?
They are.
Okay.
So let's see.
I think this is a 22 quart.
So normally I can get double stacks, but we've been having a national jar shortage. So that's been interesting. It's amazing how our way of living is really changed. So
is it important to grease this before you do it, or is that more after you do it?
So I prefer to grease my lid on my pressure cooker, and I put just a little bit of Vaseline. It's just so that it doesn't get too stuck, because sometimes if something breaks, like it's just hard to open, and so it doesn't hurt. So we kind of did that earlier.
And you can the grease. We just use Vaseline. You could use coconut oil. Or
I'm sure you can. Or
yeah,
even
any kind of
even
olive oil. Yeah.
So you're gonna want to make sure, and the way I put this is a little old school, and we have a fancy one and then an old school one, and so kind of do even turns when you're locking.
You want to
it.
go opposite,
Yeah.
straight across from each other and diagonally in a circle. And then keep tightening them that way so that it's even pressure around the rim. And on these jars, there's arrows that you need to make sure are lined up. One thing that we did and we're excited about is we purchased some canners, and so you can come and check them out here if you need one to use, if you guys want to can your own fish at home. The canners are here and they're available to check out. So kind of excited about that. It can also use it if you want to can anything, meat, any kind of meat, berries if you want to do.
Switch sides because it's on a small.
Oh yeah. You want to be on a big burner.
Yep.
So, why don't you tell them about the rule about pounds and meat?
Okay, so
and
I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and just with that little bit of water. So as soon as,
Are you turning it on high?
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on high, and then I'm going to let it start steaming. And so as soon as it starts steaming, you're going to want to go ahead and time that for about 10 minutes of just steam. And then, because with it's being a meat, I like to use 10 pounds. If it was a vegetable, then I would use 5. So 10 is kind of the preference with pounds. If you want to go ahead and show that to the camera.
So, on your weight, it'll say 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. So, for anything less than meat, which would be vegetables, like you said, we use 5 pounds. What do you use 15 for?
I haven't had to use it for 15 yet.
That scares me. Pressure cooking, it's like a little...
Pressure cooking's a kind of a
It's like
scary thing.
making our own little bombs over here. They're scary. But,
So once it starts steaming for 10 minutes, as soon as that 10 minutes is up, you're going to go ahead and want to put it on 10 pounds. And as soon as you put it on 10 pounds, you're going to actually pay attention to the gauge.
and make sure
once it gets to 10, then you're going to want to adjust the stove top. And what I like to do is kind of move it down to 5, 5.5. It just depends on every stove's different. Sometimes even 4.5. And then you want to start your time for 100 minutes. And yeah, then we get down to 100 minutes. Once that time is up, you don't want to touch it with your bare hands. I kind of like to have a little pot holder and just kind of let just a little bit of the steam out, and then you'll see your gauge go down as soon as you shut it off. And then once it stops steaming and stops rattling, then you can take your pounds off, and you're still going to want to wait till your gauge gets all the way down. And once it's down, you can open her up, and then you're going to make sure you have your jar grippers because it's going to be
super hot.
And I like to have a towel laid out and pick up the jars with the jar gripper, lay it all out, and your product should be done.
So we pretended we were Martha Stewart today.
Yes. We love Martha.
We love Martha. Or any of those fun cooks on whatever
Food
station.
Network.
Food Network, yes. So we did a run through already today. And so your final product is right here. But with that said, this whole process she was just talking about bringing it up to steam, cooking it 100 minutes, and then shutting it off and letting it cool down. It took 2.5, 3 hours. It was over 3 hours. Yeah, more around the 3 hours. So when you are doing this, that's just, you plan on a whole half a day when you're doing this, because it just, and you don't want to leave your house while you have this going on.
No.
So, but
You're going to go ahead and pull out the final
Yes.
product. Is it
you can pull out the final product.
ready?
We have a question. Well, hello. Tony is on. Bernice said the information is going in our newsletter.
Ooh, yay.
Yes. And Anna said, "You're so awesome."
Thank you, Anna. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a jar gripper. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to the camera. And this, you're gonna see the skin, but on the bottom, you're gonna see a light pink. I don't know if the light is really playing an effect on the jars. And this, it's gonna taste good. So it's nice to have a good winter supply of any kind of jarred food.
Are we bringing this? So, for the sake of us and you guys to have to stay on for another 2.5 hours to watch this entire process, we're not gonna make you guys do that. But we do want to open it up if you guys have any questions. And we're gonna do 2 more drawings?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Chrissy. Chrissy's Sunny Boy's on. This is gonna be this is recorded and it'll be on the webpage or Facebook page. So if you guys want to go back and watch it and gather all of our information we just shared, if you're just coming on, but I am going to add a few more names to the drawing here so we didn't leave anybody out. And anything else we need to share?
I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone has any more questions. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves and watching us. I enjoyed sharing just a little bit of the way I prepared stuff in Southeast. And like I said, I'm new to the area, and I'm more than happy to learn from others as well. And hopefully this kind of opens the door for others to share more.
Can you add herbs in the bottles, or do you recommend after they're processed when you use them?
I actually recommend afterwards, just because they're going to be practically gone if you pressure cook them. So it's really good, just even adding a little bit of fresh parsley. Yeah, you can play around with the recipes. Basil is another one of my favorites, and rosemary. And just kind of blend it in and just see how you like the taste. Like I said, I like to add in a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of sour cream, just to make it a little bit more lighter, and a really excellent pate.
Yeah, sounds yummy. She said, good to know. Okay. Hello, Justin is on, and we are gonna do another. Sorry guys, I'm hitting buttons. Hitting buttons here. Okay, we're gonna do another.
Put it up high. So, all right, let's see who. All right, let's see who this is. Hope.
Hope, you won. You're the next contestant on the prices. We're not the prices right. We're you want a keychain? It'll be here. We will get in touch with you. Does anybody have any questions about, oh, look at the screen's going crazy. Sorry guys. Like, my face is taking up the whole thing. Sorry. I don't know where their questions went. How do you view them? Do you know what, the questions? You all disappeared. But hope you won. Oh, where does it go?
She won. She said, I win. Yay.
Oh, good.
Could you provide a recipe to use with a bottle? Yes, Anna, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll do a recipe.
I'll make sure I get one typed up.
Yeah. Okay. Which recipe? The salmon patty one? That
Yes.
one's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
salmon patties. Sorry,
Cool.
I'm reading more questions through Samantha's laptop, so I can't
It's
read
easier,
on the small screen.
Yeah, it disappeared on our other screen. Okay.
Okay, we'll do one more drawing, and then, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
This is out of both of our comfort zones with doing Facebook Live.
It's our first Facebook Live for both of us.
All right, so I got it. Let's see who that is. Debbie Austin is our next winner.
Are you on, Debbie?
If you are, give us a like.
Oh, I think she disappeared. Let's go to somebody who's on. Can we go to somebody who's on? Okay.
4 new comments.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're hungry. Come on down and eat.
I'll have to make this for everyone in the building, Anna.
I do want to let everybody know, so next week we're doing our first...
Thank you, Hope. I just read your comment. I don't know if you're that big of a natural. Or naturals.
Her more than me.
It takes a little bit to kind of get used to like getting over the fear of being videoed. So, yeah.
Next week we're gonna have our first gathering circle. It's gonna be on Zoom. It's gonna be a little different. We're not gonna be in the kitchen making anything, but we do have surprise goodie bags to go along with that. It's kind of like a talking circle, but we're calling it a gathering circle, and just an opportunity for us to come together as a community and to have conversation. And we're gonna do something fun with our hands, and if you're interested in partaking in that, you'll be able to come by next week, Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll be next Wednesday evening, a week from tonight, and come and get your goodie bag, and you can't open it until we all get together on Zoom. And that just is going to be a fun night of us being able to communicate, and we have a few special guests. Danielle from Chugachmute is going to be joining us, and Diane.
We're going to have Diane Selenoff, and she is actually going to be our elder speaking. And so, yeah, we're pretty excited for this, and just kind of give the tribe and the members a little bit more of an opportunity to kind of come back. I know it's going to be different because it's going to be all through your laptop, or if you want to call in. But yeah, we kind of want to get this stuff going again, and just communicate and get in touch with the community again. So, and like I said, we're both new, so it's kind of a great way for us to just learn more. So,
and get to know you guys, and hope that you guys enjoy talking to us. Hanging out with us in the kitchen. Maybe we'll do more kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But again, so if you have any questions, you can ask. And we're going to do one more, and then we're going to call it a night.
Put it up high.
Hi.
Up high.
I think she thinks I'm cheating.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm cheating. Who is this? Kate Hubbard.
You're the next contestant. Just joking. So, Stacy, Kate, and Hope.
And Debbie.
Debbie left. Is that what we should do? Okay. Oh, yay, Debbie Austin. Yes, Debbie. I didn't know if you were still here or not. So, we have winners. Kate Hubbard, Hope, Stacy, and Debbie. Well, thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you again, and hopefully we can get into more of these activities and get to know you guys. So
we will.
Thank you for watching.
And we'll post a recipe for the next newsletter.
Yeah, in the newsletter. So
yep.
Keep an eye out in the newsletter. We'll get this to Miss Bernice, and hopefully if we can ever have everyone back in the building, I can prepare salmon patties for everyone.
And we could
to try.
eat together. We could have ate all this together. But come and get your goodie bag for next week. You never know.
And we'll keep in contact with the 4 winners once our prizes come in. So.
Yes. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Now we have to say finish.